you said, and I want to quote you here, fraud is a huge opportunity for us. It is a massive, growing business for us. Now, Mr. Smith, now that information for about 145 million Americans has been stolen, is fraud more likely now than before that hack?
Yes, Senator, it is.
Every time somebody buys through LifeLock and they've seen a tenfold increase since the breach, you make a little more money. We actually called the LifeLock people to find this out. So I asked you the question, but I already know the answer. It's true. You're making money off this. So let me go to the third one. Equifax sells products to businesses and government agencies to help them stop fraud by potential identity thieves, right?
To the government, yes, not to the business.
You don't sell to businesses, to small businesses?
We sell business, but it's not to prevent fraud. That's not the primary focus or business.
But just to stop identity theft? You don't have any products that you're touting for identity theft purposes?
Senator, all I'm saying is the vast majority of what we do for businesses is not fraud.
So, look, you've got 3 different ways that Equifax is making money, millions of dollars, off its own screw-up. And meanwhile, the potential costs to Equifax are shockingly low. Consumers can sue, but it turns out that the average recovery for data breaches is less than $2 per consumer. And Equifax has insurance that could cover some big chunk of any potential payment to consumers. So I want to look at the big picture here. From 2013 until today, Equifax has disclosed at least 4 separate hacks in which it compromised sensitive personal data. In those 4 years, has Equifax's profit gone up? Mr. Smith?
Yes, Senator.
Yes, it has gone up, right? In fact, it's gone up by more than 80% over that time. You know, here's how I see this, Mr. Chairman. Equifax did a terrible job of protecting our data because they didn't have a reason to care to protect our data. The incentives in this industry are completely out of whack. Because of this breach, consumers will spend the rest of their lives worrying about identity theft. Small banks and credit unions will have to pay to issue new credit cards. Businesses will lose money to thieves, but Equifax will be just fine. Heck, it could actually come out ahead. Consumers are trapped. There's no competition, nowhere else for them to go. If we think Equifax does a lousy job protecting our data, we can't take our data to someone else. Equifax and this whole industry should be completely transformed. Consumers, not you, consumers should decide who gets access to their own data. And when companies like Equifax mess up, senior executives like you should be held personally accountable. And the company should pay mandatory and severe financial penalties for every consumer record that's stolen. Mr. Chairman, we've got to change this industry before more people are injured.